It's Zach with 4 Ounces of Freedom, and today I'm joined once again by the Black Clover, Morquez Forest. How's it going today, Morquez?
It's going good. What's going on?
See, this is why everything went wrong last time. I fucked up the intro. I got the nickname right this time. We're in a much better mood. You know, we're a week removed from the fight. You look like you came out of a fight. How are things on your end?
It's man, day by day, but everything on my end is good, man. It's like take everything day by day.
Let's talk about the lead into the fight. Everyone knew it was going to be. I think we thought less of what the fight ended up being. Like I thought we had high expectations, and you guys were just like, nah, we'll beat that. And the fight ended up being great. But how was it like leading in? Like how was the fight week and all that? Like pre-fight, how was all that on your end?
Oh man, everything on my end was perfect. Like I had the perfect training camp. Coach Ross put me through a great training camp. One of the best, if not the best, training camp that I could have had. And I was mentally prepared, physically prepared. Yeah, man, I was ready.
Yeah, I got a lot of messages of it because obviously we've done I think 3 or 4 interviews at this point, and everyone's like, who's gonna win? And I was like, hey, like this is like a 50-50 fight. Like I'm gonna be honest on that one. I said I'm leaning Morquez because you bring in all the concepts like age and Watley's been at PFL and the next level before. Like you're hungry and trying to get to the next level, and then on the other side, he was like, yeah, but then Watley also has the experience and he has this and that. I'm like, we're just in for a great fight. And, the fight starts off and it's all Morquez. And I'm like, all right, like, this is like the best version of you that we've seen so far. And that says a lot looking at, the past fights. And sitting there going, I think the commentators are saying, Morquez looks like he's getting tired. This was in like the end of like the second round, third round. And I was like, are we watching a different fight? Like, did fatigue hit you at all? Like in the first 3 rounds? I think a little did in the fourth, but anything in the first 3?
I wouldn't say it was fatigue. I was just I was trying to be more careful with how I exert my gas tank because I knew I was going to go into the 4th round. So as people know, like the wrestling drains your gas tank pretty quick. But the training camp I had, I was built to go for 5 rounds. That 3rd round, I might have shown more, like I was slowing down a little bit, but it's because he did catch me with a few body shots where I was like, okay, I felt that. Let me try to regain my composure back a little bit. And yeah, I wouldn't say I was fatigued though.
I took it kind of that way too, that you were kind of like preserving.
Yeah, I was trying to go more at a better pace to be ready for the 4th round.
Yeah, because like we were talking about, it was like first round obviously you, second round obviously you, third round I was like, I don't think he's gonna do this. I said, but if he's gonna possum, it's gonna be this round. Yeah. So now I'm curious too because I already asked you about another one I thought was a possum. Was the leg kick a real leg kick or was that a possum leg kick?
Man, that shit, kind of like that shit hurt. The leg it did hurt, but it was a possum play, but he was tagging my leg up pretty good to the point where I was like, it's that time to try to pull it out, and I tried it. It wasn't successful, but like I said, man, when I'm in a cage, anything, I'm willing to try anything,
He did bite on it a little bit because like I think he caught himself like as he was biting when he looked at you and like laughed like I know what you're doing. And that was kind of like I think a little 2020 perspective now. Now that we've seen that fight, we've seen even like in the Bilal Muhammad versus like Leon Edwards fight, like he seemed very Leon in this fight where like he was trying, but he wasn't getting anything those first couple rounds, and then even when he went to the cage or the corner. Like I don't say he seemed defeated. He just seemed like what is not connecting. Did you catch on to anything like that, or was it kind of just like this is my game plan, like blinders on?
No, you know what? Like I was hitting him with bombs, like I was hitting him with bombs, and he just, sometimes I did see him like kind of like like stumble a little bit, but he never fell down. I never felt discouraged or anything like that. But it's just I started having fun. Like I was like, okay, I'm into this. Like this is fun. But at the same time, Coach Ross and Coach Rudy, they set up a game plan for me, but I was having like just enjoying the back and forth fight that I got away from what we were supposed to do, But overall, like I just, I was having fun in there.
And the fun started obviously from like the beginning of fight week, leading into fight week. I recall because obviously we go back and forth a little bit, outside of just what's being presented to everyone watching, and you kind of were like, hey, is CM Punk on there? So I'm curious. Like I connected the dots, but was the kill switch engage a CM Punk reference, or were you just feeling like kill switch for the walkout?
Both. But I did. It's funny because I did find out that CM Punk wasn't going to be there, uh, and I won't say the name, but I told someone to to change my song to something else. But the change, I guess it didn't happen. So I was just like, all right, this still works out. I still walk out to this, so we'll still get ready for a war.
Yeah, because I think like, as I was sitting there, I was like, I'm not the biggest kill switch fan, so like the song hit, and I was like, I knew this from somewhere. And being a CM Punk fan for way too many years, I was like, I got it now, and I connected the dots, and I was like, I get it, like because I was like, there would have been a reference on commentary from him on
Yeah,
the walkout, like
I was coming to be violent, man. This fight was supposed to be that fight. Like dominate, be violent, show why I'm the champion. Like I had like this whole killer mindset. That's what it was about.
I mean, and you did that, you did do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, the fight was merely 20 minutes long because it was like a late fourth round, and I mean, up until again what I thought was a possum hit when he actually did clip you the one time, and you
Oh, you
stumbled.
talking about that? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about the leg kick.
No, I mean that was the first one. The other one I messaged you after right at the fight where you went to a knee, and I know that
Oh.
the CFFC mat is usually a little slippery
Mm.
compared to other mats. So like I thought you possum the punch to have him come in, and then you got kind of screwed over by the mat.
Oh, no, my bad. That's my fault. No, that wasn't possible. Like he hit me, but it wasn't. It was just crazy because it didn't hurt or anything. Like it just hit me in the right spot to where it made it turned my legs into Bambi. Like I've been hit pretty hard before, and that wasn't even the hardest shot of the fight from him, but it just caught me in the right spot, and I just wobbled, like. But no, I wasn't playing fossil on that one.
That was like I hear people asking me, dude, I don't know. I was like, I just know like I've seen people slip, especially it's weird. It's like on the sponsored logos a lot of times. I see a lot of people slip. And it just happened to be like you went to your knee on a logo and you turned and you went down. And I was like, the fucking logo again. And then of course, then like, he did swarm in, he got on top, and as the result shown now, he did unify the title. But in his post fight, he kind of said like he's done with the regionals. There's no more for him here. It's either funny enough on UFC Fight Pass, PFL, or he's done. So now the question is like we know where he's going. What's next for you? Like what plans do you have? I mean, obviously you're sporting the Nelly still, but like what's going on? Like what do you want to do next?
I want to fight. I'm open to whatever. I'm still taking that time to recover, get fully rest up, and talk to my coaches, see what's next. But it's open invitation, man. Like whoever wants it, they can get it. Like how we do. We don't fear nobody. We get in the cage with whoever. I still believe that this is just a minor setback. I don't even believe that this dictates where I am as a fighter. I feel that it would take someone of Watley's experience to beat me, uh, and I like to compare. Leon and Usman, Usman was dominating the whole fight, and then he got caught. You see things like this happen. And this is just, I feel like this is gonna make me even more dominant. So right now we're just gonna be patient and see the opportunities that come. But yeah, it's open season though. Still, I wanna try to get at least one more fight in by the end of the year, possibly two, but realistically one. And yeah, finish the year with a dub.
If you notice, I have not used the other L word for this fight. I think you touched on it the best. It wasn't that other L. It was a lesson. Like, you learned more in this fight than you probably did. And what was your streak? Like 18? Like, I know you had an extensive amateur career, then you had the pro.
It was, if we count amateur, yeah, it was 13.
13. So
yeah.
You learned more in let's just say 5 rounds. I mean, you learned a lot over 20 minutes, but you learned a lot, and not rounds, minutes. Like, you learned a lot over 20 minutes, but you learned a lot in that final batch, and it shows. Like, I mean, you right away, you didn't lay on the canvas afterwards and mope and mind. You stood right up and it was like, God damn it.
Yeah, I did lay down for a little bit. I was trying to catch my breath. At the man choke, but I like to consider myself a maniac, man. I just I love this sport, man, and I'm not, I'm out here to compete against the best guys, and I want to show my abilities, show who's better, and that's what, to me, that's what it's about. Like, even though when I was fighting Watley, I was having fun, and it was more of a friendly battle. I got that out of my system now. So now, the fighter that's going to be in the cage is just, I'm here to destroy and dominate. Like, that's it.
And let's just play hypothetical matchmaker here. Watley's gone. To me, that's a vacant title. That was, I mean, you were up 3 rounds on I think 2 judges' cards, 2 rounds on the standalone judge. So on all 3 judges, you were winning. Like, ideally, if I'm playing matchmaker, you're in there versus someone. I think the division, at least with that promotion, is kind of like Baricchio, who you've already not only faced, but you did finish. So that I wouldn't rebook that one yet. So maybe you versus a new face to the promotion. Maybe they bring in the Ring of Combat, not to make you keep coming up the jersey, but maybe the Ring of Combat champion.
Hey, listen, I'm not hard to find. CFFC know how to find me. They want to make it happen. They know how to make it happen.
I mean, I know there's a card next month, this month. It's in 2 weeks or next week. Damn it. So a little too soon for that one, but if you know where to look, there might be a card in December in AC.
Hey.
And there's a Philly card in between that as well. I'm just saying, if anyone's watching, that could be a fight. Maybe you versus Itzo.
Hey.
I mean, Itzo.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready for whatever.
He was in Talks for Contender Series, and I haven't heard his name passed around the list. So, I mean, that sounds like he's hungry and waiting. So, I'm just putting it out there. And then, of course, there's other promotions too. There's the LFAs and the Furies and the APFCs and the Combat Knights and, this, that, and the other. I would love to even say A1, but their lightweight division is pretty small, and I don't think it's not worth flying cross country to go there yet. But I think lots of opportunities. I know we kind of talked offhand. There's been already talks from Canada. There's people that they're interested in getting into the Black Clover game.
Yeah, man. Listen, if this was like the NFL or NBA, doing a draft for MMA fighters, I'd be a first round pick for sure, 100%.
So, I mean, learning lesson, not that other word.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at your fight of the year from last year. He started off with a loss, and it only fueled him. I think Nick is fighting at every bit possible to go fuck somebody up.
Yeah, for sure.
I've never seen someone so fucking ready to kill somebody.
Shout out to my dog, Nick.
I mean, even that's another option too. Not saying to fight Nick again, but Ring of Combat. That's another promotion that has prestige. They've sent people like Chris Weidman, Al El Cuenta, the whole Jersey crew basically to the UFC. So I mean, Lou Neglia, amazing guy, historical guy. If there was an actual like full MMA Hall of Fame, he would be in there because of his contributions to the sport. So I mean, you're in a great spot to like probably go anywhere the hell you want. Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, again, you're only ideally if you go back to CFC, a title shot right away, but only 1 or 2 fights away again from taking another belt elsewhere as well too. So I'm gonna skip the sponsor part this time. So I'm gonna pass it to you. You know, if you want to do sponsors, feel free. But I'm passing the mic to you to kind of do like whatever send offs you want to do on your end, and we'll wrap it up afterwards. Mike's all yours.
Man, I'm gonna still keep it. Shout out to my sponsors. I'm always gonna shout them out. Warrior Lab, Team Reaper, Lab by No Man, K4 Studios, Rain and Berries, of course, out in South Tampa. Make sure you guys check them out. Mayhem Wrestling. I recently changed gyms, so I'm officially at Champions MMA. I probably was doing the camp there for like 2 months, 3 months, and look how I came out. So imagine me with a full camp now. Like I'm fully there now. So it's gonna be a lot of changes, man. And yeah, man, I just can't wait to get back in that cage, dude. Like I'm hungry for this, and I know exactly like where I'm supposed to be at. So we're gonna continue to dominate.
So usually I say, hey, tune in this time, but we don't have a fight yet, which is really weird talking to you because you seem to have a fight like the week after. But stay tuned. As always, all Morquez's Instagram links and all will be below. Follow him. Grab a shirt. Just don't say that he sent it to you. Make sure you say that you bought it. Thanks for your time again, and we look forward to whatever's next.
Let's go.